Okay, so in the last video we learned about divs and spans. So we're kind of like building on that now, and we're learning about what's called a HTML class. So what we're going to do is it kind of differs a little bit. So let's just watch along and see how it goes. Okay, so in the div, what we did was we put in our div here, and we put in our, directly in the div tag, we put in our CSS. Where the class is going to change is we're going to come up here to the header, and we're going to put in our style. Let's open that up. Style. And then we're going to close that. Like so. So everything, as we know from before this, everything here is going to be like CSS. So what we're going to do is we're going to go div. And we're going to go div, div. And we're going to go dot para. Okay, so basically standing for paragraph. So div dot para. Okay, always has to be a word more so than a number. Okay, so we're gonna open up our tag, our brackets here, and pop down. So everything in this is going to be CSS. So let's go. The first thing we're going to do is try and change this a lot. Okay, so we're going to go background color. So we're going to change the background color of the text to red. Okay. Now notice how on my preview on the left hand side nothing has happened, because we haven't actually wrapped the div. We've created this div here, but we haven't actually wrapped anything in it. So it's not actually changing any text at the moment. So the second thing we're going to do is change the color of the font. So color, and we're going to go double dots red, like so. Okay, so we've changed the color of the font to red. Okay, and then we're going to go for the final one. We're going to go font size. We're going to say 150%, and then we're going to go our semicolon. Okay, so that's pretty simple. We've put some basic CSS, the background color, the color of the font, and the font size. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap something in this div. Okay, so we come down here and we go div, just like before, div. Now, not div, not div. Well, what we did last time was we put our CSS in now. Okay, but what we're going to do a little bit differently is we're going to come space class equals, and then we've got to put in our para. So we're going to open up our two quotation marks, and we're going to go para. Okay, now notice how everything has gone red all of a sudden. So we've got to tell it where this div stops. So let's come in here, and we're going to come down, and we're going to first off close this. So let's put in our close that. Okay, and now we're going to tell it that the div is finishing here. Div finishes here. Now I've made one mistake, and I've put both the font color and the background color to red, so we're not going to see that. So let's change this to white. Okay, that should change. Okay, so all we've done is we told it the first paragraph here is div class para. Okay, so it comes up to here and it says the background color must be red, the font color must be white, and the font size must be 150%. So what we've done is just for this text here, we've changed all those details. But when we get to this kind of the closing off the div, nothing beyond this point, everything else is just normal. Okay.